Secret Service members rushing Donald Trump off the stage last night in Reno, Nevada, after reports that someone in the crowd shouted the word gun. Welcome to Sunday Morning Futures, everybody. We are beginning with the news of the moment. There was no gun that turned up. Mr. Trump took the stage again after being rushed off moments later. He told the crowd his campaign will not be stopped. He is making his final push this morning in 5 different states, heading to Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Senator Jeff Sessions is a Trump advisor. He joins me right now live. And Senator, it is good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great, Maria. Nice to be with you. This is an exciting time.
He's like a machine. I mean, Trump is going to be in Florida, in North Carolina today and tomorrow, plus Michigan, that rust belt of the country. How is the team feeling with just 2 days to go?
Well, they're feeling really good, and he is a leader. He's inspired the whole team. He'll be doing twice the stops that Hillary Clinton will be doing in the last few days. It's been my image for a long time, my vision for him in this last week to barnstorm this country, talking directly to millions of Americans, explaining that he is going to defend their interests. And we've had way too much attention on big business, money interests, foreign interest, global interest, instead of the people's interest. And to a large degree, that's what this election is about. Yeah,
there's been a lot of back and forth between the two campaigns throughout the year, but in these final few days, it feels like Trump has pivoted toward let's reveal a positive message. Let's talk about what we can do for the country, whereas Hillary Clinton so far has been really on that attack mode of Trump, as opposed to telling people what they're actually voting for. Is that the strategy?
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I mean, you ask American people, what is it that she will do other than more of the same, when 3-to-1 American people think we're on the wrong track. And I think the people are right about that. We have not represented this country effectively. She has no plan to get it on the right track. Donald Trump is a leader. He's a man who believes in results, not talk. He judges himself by what he accomplishes that you can see and touch. And I believe he'll be a great president. I think people are seeing that more and more, and I think his instincts on every major issue take a country in the right direction.
Well, I know what he has talked about in terms of his economic plan: lower taxes, roll back regulation, tap into energy, perhaps redo trade deals that are not advantageous to America. But what are the other important messages? What's most important for him to communicate to voters with these just 2 days left?
I think he needs to continue to make clear that he's doing this for us, for the average American who goes to work every day, and he understands our problems and the problems of decent people who worry about being able to buy new tires for their car, a vacation for their family, fees at school. People are struggling out there. He seems to understand that, despite the fact that, you know, he's a wealthy businessman. And I think he can convey to the American people that his experience puts him in a position to turn this country around and get it growing again.
And that's what people really need the confidence in, right? Believing that, yes, maybe they're taking a risk, maybe they're making a bet on somebody who's an outsider, not in politics, but maybe he also will do something to actually improve the situation. I want to talk about this letter that you penned along with others like Rudy Giuliani, Frank Keating, Victoria Toensing, and Henry McMaster. And this is a letter basically saying, look, it is time for Loretta Lynch to appoint a special counsel. Because this brings me to the question of the morning after. Regardless of who wins, Senator, you're going to have the next day, and you're going to have real issues on the table. Will Hillary Clinton be able to make important decisions when she's got these investigations overhanging? What does the morning after look like for Trump, and what do you want to see in terms of this special counsel?
Well, you should never politicize criminal investigations or prosecution. We should never do that. But the situation is such and the facts are such that we have an investigation going now, and there's a lack of confidence, in fact, zero confidence really, that the Attorney General is doing anything other than delaying this investigation and not pursuing it effectively. It's been ongoing for over a year. A special prosecutor would have been the appropriate thing to do, to take it out of politics, and maybe would already have been completed. But the rumors we hear are that the FBI is being obstructed and delayed and blocked by the Department of Justice, Attorney General Lynch. So I think this is a serious matter. We just got to have integrity in our criminal justice system. Everybody deserves a fair day in court, but we need a fair investigation too, and I'm afraid that's not happening.
Well, in the letter, you and your colleagues write, look, the Department of Justice has been thwarted by top officials' refusal to conduct a proper investigation of former Secretary Clinton's unsecured email server and the pay-for-play accusations. So if Donald Trump were to win the presidency, is he going to move to remove Loretta Lynch?
Well, of course, there'll be a change in the Attorney General, as will in every cabinet position. Remember, Loretta Lynch serves at the pleasure of President Obama. She doesn't have a termed office. She knows who appointed her, and she knows whose pleasure she serves at. So we need an independent person that's not politically connected, that people in America can have confidence in, to take over this investigation and make sure it's done correctly, to bring charges if needed, hopefully not charges, hopefully they're not needed. But there's some serious allegations here that the American people need to know are fully investigated. And you know, FBI Director Comey did the right thing. When he found new evidence, he had no choice but to report to the American Congress, where he had under oath testified the investigation was over. He had to correct that and say this investigation is ongoing now. And I'm sure it's significant, or he wouldn't have announced that.
Right, well, which is the question I'm trying to get at in terms of Hillary Clinton. Should she win the presidency, what is she going to do in terms of governance? Can she govern effectively if she's got these investigations going on? Will she have to change FBI directors, knowing that Jim Comey is pursuing this? Or are we going to have 4 years of you can't get anything done because of these investigations and the challenge from the Republicans, like naming new Supreme Court justices?
Well, it is a dangerous thing, no doubt. It puts a cloud over her tenure as president. What is she going to do about the Attorney General? Who will she appoint? Will it be an utter loyalist, as it appears Loretta Lynch is and Eric Holder was during his tenure? Or will it be someone that has respect of the American people, who can handle a complex matter and do it right with confidence? To me, at this point, it's so off track and so badly handled that an independent counsel is the right thing. I have no doubt about that.
Let me ask you this, Senator. Should Trump win the presidency, what role will you have in the administration?
You know, I've not talked to him about that and don't intend to. I expect to be in the Senate unless he asks me to do something else, in which case I would consider that. But I do believe he's moving forward. He's talking to a number of people. He has an effective transition team that's studying the issues out there, like both candidates have. And I believe he would be able to establish an administration of competence and integrity, people of ability and judgment who can help lead this country and get it back on the right track again.
And we should point out that you've done an incredible amount of work regarding immigration. And your immigration policies and your immigration work has helped Donald Trump in terms of his own stance on keeping borders safe, et cetera. What do you think the most important policy Donald Trump needs to implement with regard to national security and immigration? What happens in the first 100 days, should he become president?
Well, there's no doubt that under existing law, we can make tremendous improvements in our immigration situation. I just came from the border Friday on the Arizona border and talked to law enforcement and local people and local sheriffs. They are just utterly frustrated. This administration and Hillary Clinton is to the left of Barack Obama. They are just decimating the lawful system, and that encourages more people to come. So if you have a president who lays out a clear agenda that we're going to end the lawlessness, please don't come unless you come lawfully. If you come, you're going to be apprehended and promptly deported. That will send a message, and the attempts to enter illegally will decline substantially.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It can be done. It's the right thing for America. American people want it. They have a right to demand it.
Senator, good to see you. Thanks very much. We'll be watching the developments in the next 2 days. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Senator